Yo, hold up. Rap fans, listen close, cause what I'm about to drop is straight fire. From rolling deep together in the studio, to spitting bars that shook the streets, DaBaby and Stunna for Vegas were once ride-or-die day ones brothers in the game, partners in grind. But now, what was loyalty is crumbling, and what was brotherhood is hitting the headlines with chaos you won't believe. Yeah. We're talking behind-the-scenes drama that nobody saw coming, canceled collabs, leaked texts, shady disses that went too far, and the kind of social media meltdown that has fans debating who really betrayed who. The streets are buzzing, the internet is exploding, and the beef. Man, it's raw, uncut, and dangerous. In this video, we're peeling back every layer of the first signs of tension. The shady moves, the subliminal bars, and the explosive moments that turned brothers into enemies. From Instagram stories to exclusive clips, from studio leaks to cryptic tweets, we got it all. Every fan, every hater, every follower of the rap game, this story is your ultimate insider pass. So buckle up, because today we dive deep into the rise, the friendship, the clash, and the fallout. By the end, you'll see the beef in full, 306, untamed and undeniable. Let's expose it all. The streets are talking. Are you ready? Let's get it. It all started in the heart of Charlotte, North Carolina, where the streets whispered stories and the studios echoed with ambition. DaBaby and Stunna for Vegas, two young guns with hunger in their eyes, met at a time when the grind was everything. Back then, loyalty wasn't just a word, it was a lifeline. They were seen together everywhere. Local shows, freestyle battles, and viral TikTok videos that made their names synonymous with the city's rap resurgence. Fans loved them. The streets embraced them, and their synergy on tracks was undeniable. It was the kind of chemistry that legends are made of. Stunna for Vegas' raw energy balancing DaBaby's rapid-fire flow, and DaBaby's confidence matching Stunna's audacious charisma. Early collabs like For Vegas and Bleed weren't just songs, they were anthems that cemented their brotherhood. Social media posts, behind-the-scenes clips, and shoutouts were proof that these two were more than collaborators, they were day ones. But, as any street tale goes, success breeds pressure, and pressure breeds cracks. The first rumblings appeared. Subtly, a missed collab, a cryptic social media caption, a studio session that ended abruptly. Fans noticed. The streets noticed, but nobody could see the full story behind the cameras. Behind the smiles and handshakes, competition was stirring. And in a game fueled by ego and recognition, even brothers can start to feel the sting of rivalry. As DaBaby's career skyrocketed with mainstream hits and chart-topping success, Stunna for Vegas followed, but with different momentum. While DaBaby headlined festivals and appeared on late-night shows, Stunna hustled harder to carve his lane, dropping mixtapes and grinding independently. The contrast created tension, subtle at first. Masked by Instagram clout and public camaraderie, the first major blow wasn't even public, it was in the studio. Sources close to the duo reveal a heated disagreement over verses and beats during a collaborative session for what was supposed to be their next big hit. Words were exchanged, egos flared. What started as creative differences slowly evolved into resentment. DaBaby, accustomed to the spotlight, felt the pressure of maintaining his top-tier status. Stunna, hungry for recognition and creative input, felt overshadowed. Social media began to reflect these tensions. Fans picked up on subtweets and cryptic posts that hinted at disagreements. A lyric here, a story there, a tag missing from an Instagram post, it all added fuel to the fire. For the streets, every gesture was dissected. For insiders, it was a signal that a brotherhood once thought unbreakable was now on thin ice. But the most explosive shift came when their management teams got involved. Sources indicate that disagreements over contracts, royalties, and creative direction created an invisible barrier between the artists. What was once mutual respect was now mixed with suspicion. Deals were delayed, features were postponed. Studio sessions became tense, with producers caught in the middle. Every handshake was now a calculated move, every conversation a negotiation. The fallout was also visible in public appearances. What used to be joint interviews turned into solo sessions. Red carpet moments, award shows, and music video shoots that once showcased unity now had noticeable distance. Fans began speculating, social media comments exploded. Clips of past collabs resurfaced with new interpretations. Every beat, every bar, every verse was scrutinized for hidden messages. Then came the subliminal bars, the ultimate weapon in hip-hop. Beef's fans started piecing together lyrics from new tracks by both artists, trying to decode which line was directed at whom. A reference to loyalty here, a veiled jab about fake friends there. The streets were on fire. Comment sections turned into battlefields, with supporters defending their favorite artist and dissecting every potential shot fired. Analysts and bloggers began publishing breakdown videos, each more dramatic than the last, interpreting these subtle digs as a full-blown fallout. As the tension escalated, Stunna for Vegas team released a statement about creative freedom, emphasizing independence while avoiding direct mention of DaBaby. DaBaby, on the other hand, responded in interviews by asserting that loyalty is earned, not given again, leaving fans to connect the dots. The media had a feast. Every word, every Instagram live, every TikTok snippet was dissected like forensic evidence. The beef became more than just music hit, became a story of friendship, ambition, ego, and betrayal. And it wasn't just words. Sources from inside the industry revealed that there were heated phone calls, canceled sessions, and even a rumored altercation at a studio in Charlotte. While no violence was reported, the tension was palpable. Managers had to intervene. Producers had to mediate. The vibe that once sparked creative brilliance now sparked arguments and mistrust. The bond that fans had idolized was eroding before their eyes. Meanwhile, the fan base is divided. Some defended DaBaby, citing his meteoric rise and dedication to the craft. Others championed Stunna, arguing that he was unfairly overshadowed despite consistent grind and talent. Social media polls, fan tweets, and viral posts further amplified the drama. Every beat dropped, every freestyle session uploaded, became a chess move in a game that nobody outside the inner circle fully understood. By now, it was clear. This was no ordinary creative disagreement. This was a full-on fallout, a saga that combined street credibility, studio politics, and social media theatrics. The stakes were higher than ever. Both artists knew that in the world of hip-hop, perception is everything. A single lyric could ignite speculation. A single post could be interpreted as a betrayal. Every decision, every move became a part of the narrative. And let's not forget the music. Tracks that were once collaborative masterpieces began to take on new meaning. Fans revisited older songs, dissecting lyrics that now felt like foreshadowing. Phrases that once seemed innocent suddenly carried weight. Lines about loyalty, trust, and betrayal now felt prophetic. The genius of their chemistry was now overshadowed by the tension that had been silently brewing for months. By the end of this chapter, what was once a story of friendship, mutual respect, and shared ambition had shifted dramatically. DaBaby and Stunna for Vegas had become symbols of a larger narrative. The thin line between brotherhood and rivalry in the high-stakes world of hip-hop. Fans watched, analysts debated, and the streets whispered. And this was just the beginning where the fallout hits social media. Leaks go viral, and the beef becomes impossible to ignore. Every follower, every fan, every hater now had a front row seat to a drama that was bigger than either artist alone. The story was no longer just music hit, was a cultural moment. A lesson in fame, loyalty, and the cost of success. By now, the tension that had simmered behind the scenes was impossible to ignore. Fans and insiders alike were sensing the storm that was about to hit. What started as subtle studio conflicts and cryptic social media posts had escalated into full-blown public speculation. Every Instagram story, Twitter comment, and TikTok snippet was scrutinized like a confession. The beef wasn't just a rumor anymore, it was trending. The first real spark came with leaked snippets from studio sessions. Clips surfaced online, where both DaBaby and Stunna for Vegas could be heard freestyling, with lines that fans immediately interpreted as shots at each other. One verse from DaBaby talked about loyalty fading where the spotlight shines, while a Stunna for Vegas track referenced friends who turn when money talks. Fans didn't need a translator. This was clearly a subliminal war. The internet exploded. Memes, reaction videos, and breakdowns flooded every platform. Twitter threads spanned thousands of replies, each dissecting tone, word choice, and timing. Media outlets jumped on the story. Hip-hop blogs, YouTube commentators, and music journalists were all eager to break down every post, every lyric, every behind-the-scenes clip. Analysts began piecing together a timeline, connecting the dots from early studio conflicts to missed appearances, cryptic social media posts, and now these leaked verses. Headlines screamed, DaBaby versus Stunna for Vegas. The fallout nobody saw coming, and Charlotte's finest turned bitter. Day one's no more. Social media became a battlefield. Fans were split down the middle. Hashtag Team DaBaby and hashtag Team Stunna trended repeatedly, with followers defending their favorite artist while accusing the other of betrayal. TikTok compilations of their early collaborations contrasted with clips of their latest interactions, or lack thereof, amplifying the narrative of a fractured brotherhood. Every comment section turned into a debate forum, and every new track released by either artist became ammunition. Then came the first direct public jabs. During a live stream, Stunna for Vegas made a statement about staying independent and working with those who respect the grind, which fans immediately read as a subtle dig at DaBaby. DaBaby, not one to back down, responded in interviews with lines like "Real ones know where loyalty lies. Fake ones show up in the spotlight," fueling speculation that the shots were mutual. The back and forth, while never officially confirmed as targeting each other, was enough to make the feud go viral. The drama wasn't limited to music and social media. Sources revealed that the artists had disagreements over upcoming shows and festival appearances. Reports of canceled joint performances, separate press runs, and disputes over billing created a ripple effect through event organizers and promoters. Every missed handshake or delayed response added fuel to the fire. What once was a professional partnership now felt like a chess game, with fans and insiders guessing the next move. Music industry insiders also started weighing in. Producers who had worked with both DaBaby and Stunna for Vegas began giving interviews hinting at creative differences and ego clashes. Some claimed that the tension was partly fueled by competition over who would be the headline act at major events. Others suggested that management disagreements over royalties and contract negotiations had intensified personal feelings of betrayal. For the public, these revelations painted a picture of a feud rooted not just in ego, but also in business dynamics. The subliminal disses didn't stop there. On DaBaby's latest project, fans picked up on lyrics that referenced fake smiles in the studio and day ones turning shadows. Stunna for Vegas, in turn, dropped a verse mentioning friends who vanish when the grind gets heavy and chains that bind, not shine. Hip-hop forums exploded with theories, debates, and breakdowns. Every lyric was analyzed line by line with timestamps provided to support claims that each was a direct jab at the other. Fans felt like detectives uncovering a story bigger than themselves. Video leaks added another layer. Behind-the-scenes footage from a canceled video shoot surfaced, showing the artists in the same studio but barely acknowledging each other. A producer could be heard trying to mediate, but the tension was palpable. Fans dissected body language, crossed arms, averted eyes, subtle gestures that suggested mutual distrust. The narrative of once day ones, now enemies was now being played out visually, leaving audiences captivated and alarmed. As the feud gained momentum, media personalities and YouTube commentators got involved. Reaction videos analyzing lyrics, comparing past collaborations, and speculating about hidden beefs became viral. Influencers turned social media clips into news segments, often exaggerating the drama for views but keeping the core of the feud alive. Every post became a trend, every debate fueled by both nostalgia for the early collaborations and fascination with the present tension. But even amidst the chaos, there were glimmers of nostalgia and calls for peace. Fans repeatedly shared old videos of the duo performing together, highlighting the chemistry that had made them famous. Social media campaigns began trending with hashtags like #DayOnesForever and #BringBackTheCollab. Commenters urged the artists to squash the beef before it escalated further, emphasizing that the true victims of their feud were the fans who had grown to love their combined energy. Industry veterans weighed in as well, warning that public feuds, while generating buzz, could have lasting consequences. Collaborations delayed or canceled, endorsements threatened, and reputations potentially tarnished while streaming numbers and chart positions could be affected. The tension between DaBaby and Stunna for Vegas wasn't just entertainment. It was a case study in how personal disagreements can have real-world implications in the music industry. And then, just when it seemed the feud had reached its peak, another layer emerged. Insiders hinted at a rumored third-party influence, someone within their management teams possibly exploiting the rivalry for financial gain. Leaks suggested that advisors were subtly pitting the artists against each other to maximize streaming numbers and media coverage. While unconfirmed, this theory only added to the drama, giving the audience a sense that the fallout was bigger than the artists themselves. It was a carefully observed chessboard, where every move mattered. The public fallout continued to escalate with interviews, social media posts, and subtle disses across platforms. Fans couldn't get enough. Memes, reaction videos, and commentary threads turned into viral gold. The narrative of from day ones to enemies was cemented. It wasn't just a feud, it was a story about ambition, ego, fame, and the fragile bonds of brotherhood in the hip-hop world. By the end of this chapter, the beef had fully entered the public domain. Subliminal tracks, studio leaks, cryptic social media posts, and viral commentary had created a pressure cooker of anticipation. Fans were desperate to know, would the feud escalate further? Could they reconcile? Or was this the start of a permanent divide? The stage was set, and the world was watching. Part 3 will bring the climactic confrontation, with public statements, potential diss tracks, viral fan reactions, and the ultimate decision: reconciliation or permanent fallout. The drama, tension, and stakes are about to hit their highest peak. The tension that had been brewing for weeks had finally reached its boiling point. Fans, media, and industry insiders were all on edge, waiting for the next move. Every post, interview, and track snippet had been scrutinized to death. The narrative of from day ones to enemies had taken on a life of its own, and now the world was watching the final act of this saga unfold. It started with social media. DaBaby posted a cryptic image on Instagram, a shadowed figure with the caption, "Loyalty can't be bought, it's earned." Fans immediately interpreted this as a direct message to Stunna for Vegas. Within hours, Stunna for Vegas responded with a tweet that read, "Some lessons only hit when the lights shine." The timing was precise. The internet exploded. Memes, reaction, videos, and viral compilations of past collaborations flooded every platform. Every post was analyzed, every word dissected. Then came the diss tracks. DaBaby dropped a surprise single featuring sharp lyrics and punchlines that fans dissected as subliminal shots at his former collaborator. Lines about friends turning, shadows when the money flows, and studio smiles hiding venom were instantly recognized by fans as targeted at Stunna for Vegas. Twitter threads exploded as listeners broke down bar for bar the implications. Meanwhile, Stunna for Vegas wasn't silent. Within 48 hours, he released his own track with lines like "Fake day ones," "Now ghost in my story," and "Trust, lost in the limelight, can't be borrowed." Fans went wild. Reaction videos hit millions of views, and hashtags like #DaBabyVs, STUNNA, and #DayOnes, two enemies dominated the trending lists. The beef wasn't just musical, it had gone public in interviews. DaBaby appeared on a popular podcast, speaking about loyalty, brotherhood, and betrayal without naming Stunna directly. He reflected on early studio days and tours, hinting at lessons learned the hard way. Stunna for Vegas countered with an Instagram live session, recalling their shared successes and subtly criticizing decisions that led to their fallout. Fans dissected every gesture, facial expression, and tone, treating each moment as evidence of unresolved tension. Industry insiders began weighing in. Producers, collaborators, and managers who had worked with both artists shared their perspectives in interviews and YouTube commentary videos. Many highlighted that the feud, while public, was likely fueled by a mix of creative differences, business decisions, and personal pride. Some suggested that management teams on both sides had failed to mediate early, allowing the tension to spill into the public domain. The consensus was clear. What began as a personal dispute had become a viral cultural moment, showing the world the delicate balance of friendship, fame, and money in the music industry. The fan reaction was unparalleled. Social media exploded with commentary, memes, and speculation. Some fans created montages of old performances, showing the chemistry and energy that made them a force to be reckoned with. Others mocked the feud, joking about the dramatic escalation. From casual disagreements to full-blown diss tracks and viral leaks, discussion forums dissected lyrics line by line, comparing delivery, flow, and implied meaning. Every comment became a debate, every post a potential news source, but the climax of the feud came during a surprise event. Both artists were scheduled to appear at a major music awards show, and rumors swirled about a possible confrontation. Fans speculated endlessly. Would they perform together? Would there be a public exchange? Would security intervene? The internet was on fire. Media outlets ran countdowns and live updates, while influencers created reaction videos analyzing every moment leading up to the show. At the awards show, tension was palpable. Cameras caught DaBaby and Stunna for Vegas in the same room, and the audience could sense the history between them. They were cordial, but the energy was electric. The moment they shared the stage, even briefly, fans erupted in cheers, capturing every second on phones and posting clips online. Social media exploded again, with thousands of posts analyzing body language, smiles, and gestures. Even without words, the visual narrative spoke volumes. The past was behind them, but the sting of betrayal still lingered. Following the awards show, both artists took to social media. DaBaby posted a photo with the caption, "Growth is understanding, not forgetting. Respect the grind." Stunna for Vegas shared a clip from a studio session with the words, "Lessons learned, bridges mended, focus forward." Fans interpreted this as a subtle signal of reconciliation, a sign that the feud was finally cooling down. Media coverage shifted from dramatic speculation to thoughtful analysis, praising both artists for handling the situation with maturity while acknowledging the entertainment. value their feud had brought to the hip-hop world, the music industry responded quickly. Collaborators and producers reached out with offers to mediate future projects, hinting at potential collaborations that could reignite the chemistry that fans had loved. Streaming numbers for both artists' tracks spiked as listeners revisited their old hits and dissected the new tracks that fueled the feud. The narrative of From Day Ones to Enemies and Back to Respect became a case study in how personal conflicts could both harm and elevate an artist's public profile. But the story didn't end with reconciliation. Analysts noted the lasting impact of the feud on public perception and branding. Merchandise sales, social media followings, and ticket sales had all been influenced by the drama. While the public feud had caused tension, it had also reinforced the cultural relevance of both artists. Fans were more engaged than ever, discussing lyrics, performances, and interviews with renewed enthusiasm. The feud had created a narrative arc that was complete, satisfying the audience's appetite for drama, resolution, and music. In the end, the DaBaby x Stunna for Vegas fallout became a masterclass in modern hip-hop dynamics. It showcased the power of social media in escalating conflicts, the role of subliminal messaging in music, and the ways in which fan engagement can drive a narrative. The story illustrated the complexities of friendship, loyalty, and ambition in an industry where every decision is public and every move is analyzed. Most importantly, it left fans with a sense of closure while preserving the mystique of both artists' careers. While the feud is now officially behind them, the cultural footprint remains. Fans continue to reference the saga in memes, reaction videos, and social media commentary. The drama of Day Ones turned enemies has entered hip-hop lore, a cautionary tale of collaboration, ego, and the pressures of fame. The narrative arc from early camaraderie, through betrayal, public fallout, and eventual resolution serves as both entertainment and a lesson for future artists navigating the high-stakes world of hip-hop. Ultimately, the story of DaBaby and Stunna for Vegas is more than a feud. It's a reflection of the modern music landscape, where personal conflicts become public spectacle, where fans shape the narrative, and where every lyric, post, and interview contributes to the mythology of an artist. Their journey from inseparable collaborators to estranged rivals, and finally to mutual respect demonstrates the cyclical nature of relationships in the limelight and reminds the world why hip-hop remains a culture of storytelling, emotion, and drama. As the dust settles, fans are left with the music, the memories, and the lessons learned. The narrative of betrayal and redemption resonates beyond the tracks, reminding us that even in the cutthroat world of hip-hop, growth, respect, and understanding are possible. The feud may have started with shadows and cryptic lyrics, but it ended with clarity, reflection, and the undeniable truth. Loyalty, once tested, can emerge stronger or, at the very least, more enlightened. Listen up, fam. You've been on this wild ride from Day Ones to Enemies, from the studio to the streets, from cryptic posts to diss tracks. And now you've seen the fallout, the drama, the confrontation, and the reconciliation. But don't let the story end. Here, this is where you become part of the saga. Smash that like button if you felt the heat of every bar, every verse, every shot fired between DaBaby and Stunna for Vegas. Hit subscribe so you never miss a single expose, breakdown, or untold story from the streets and studios of hip-hop legends. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear your take. Who had the sharpest punchlines? Who handled the fallout like a king? Did the reconciliation feel real, or was it just a PR play? Tag your crew, share the story, and let the world know where you stand in the debate. This channel is your front row. Seek 2 exclusive insights, behind-the-scenes drama, and hip-hop culture like never before. Turn on notifications, because the next wave of stories, leaks, and beefs is coming in. You want to be first to witness it. Remember, every like, share, and comment helps us dig deeper, break harder, and bring the truth from the streets to your screens. Loyalty, respect, and the grind don't stop, neither does this channel. Stay tuned, stay hyped, and keep the drama alive. The saga continues, and trust me, you won't want to miss the next chapter.